On set, the situation was a little bit special, I heard, because your director, David O. Russell, said that big parts of the dialogue were improvised. So was this a special challenge for you?
I think, you know, I think that's very complimentary of him, but I also got to say, he writes really bloody well, you know, and also the first draft was about 170, 180 pages long, which is very long. You know, most films, even a long film, would be about 120 pages. And so what I do is I just read everything. So sometimes we improvised, right? Sometimes I had a whole encyclopedia of stories from Mel Weinberg, and Mel is the character who my character of Rosenfeld is based upon. And I just had so much because he's such a good storyteller. And David loved that, and he included an awful lot of that, and I would just come out with it sometimes in scenes, and you know, okay, so it's sort of, I guess it's informed improvisation because it does come from another source. It's not entirely coming from me, but I'm remembering it and bringing it up. But then also David would forget sometimes what he had written himself. And sometimes I'd say a line which wasn't in the latest draft, but he had written it, and he'd go, "Oh, that's great, fantastic." And I'd say, "You wrote it, mate. You wrote it. It was from a few drafts back, you know." So you get a bit confused, and in honesty, you end up not knowing who came up with what, who wrote what. But I can tell you this: he's a fantastic scriptwriter.
But when you arrive on set and a situation is going to be changed spontaneously, how does it feel?
Well, if it's done with other people who enjoy that, and a director creates an atmosphere where that feels good, then it's fun, you know? Some films are suited for that, and some directors love that. Other directors hate it. There's a lot of other directors, and they just have this vision, and they're just going, it's almost like they're whipping you, going, "I don't want your ideas, I just want you to achieve this vision I've got." David's very different. He goes, "I don't really know what's going to happen in this scene. I want to see what happens, and that's up to you guys. Go with it. There's no wrong." That's the thing. So when you've got a director who's saying there's no wrong, whatever you want to try, give it a shot. It could be fantastic. Then you really enjoy that. You enjoy just going.
I have one question you was never asked before. For the machinist, you starved yourself to skin and bones, and now you got on a lot of weight. How important is the physicalness for a role for you?
I think that, look, the most important thing is always heart and mind, and it's what's going on internally with a character. That's always the most important thing. But, you know, you walk in, right? And I immediately get some notion of you, your physicality, the way you're dressed, and it tells me something about you, right? Same way that you're looking at me, that we all look at each other. It's the first impression, and it's a very strong thing. And it gives you a hint of what's going on inside that person. And so I think it's important, you know, I think it's important first of all to recognise I'm bloody fortunate to do what I do for a living, and I should bust my ass in order to do that. And so work doesn't have to begin on the first day of filming. I can start months ahead of time with whatever it may be, you know, whether that's a physical thing or a mental thing that you're doing. But I do think it's vital, you know, and I couldn't help but see Irv as anything but this slightly rotund, rolling, you know, persona. And I loved the fact that he wasn't this slick, vain, smooth operator. And it was inspired completely by Mel Weinberg, who Irv is based upon. You know, that's I was trying to achieve looking like Mel. And he's a charming bugger.
How was life and work being suddenly a little bit bigger? Last question.
It was jolly, you know. I mean, it was jolly. I couldn't believe how much I was able to consume. People would say, "Here's a slice of pizza." I'd go, "Give me the whole bloody pizza, all right?" I could just get so much down me. It doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. You know, you can't move around. You can't move at speed at all like that. And I did it in such a short amount of time as well. It's not like it was years of gradually putting on weight. It was 2 months of putting on a lot of weight. So my body retaliated after a while. But I became I was kind of like that Buddha statue on the set, you know, where it's lucky to rub the belly. And people would do that to me all the time. Like, we would be on the set and the extras would do it. I'd be standing there and people would just walk past and they'd just give my belly a rub. which was strange the first time it happened. But I just got used to it after a while. I became sort of the good luck charm, you know, go rub Christian's belly and the day will go well.
Okay, I won't rub your belly now. Thank you very much.
Well, hopefully there's not as much there anymore. All right, cheers.